The Church threatened excommunication. For keeping Saturday, in the year 363 AD, the Synod of Laodicea issued Canon 29. The language is not subtle. Christians must not Judaize by resting on the Sabbath, but if any shall be found to be Judaizers, let them be anathema from Christ. Anathema from Christ. For observing the day the first disciples observed without a second thought, 330 years after the resurrection. Now here is the question that changes the whole conversation. If Sunday was the clean apostolic norm from the very beginning, if the Church simply switched days the week after the resurrection, why did the institutional Church need a formal anathema 3 centuries later to enforce it? That is not a rhetorical question. Before we get deeper into this, if you haven't followed or subscribed yet, please do, and comment links so I can send you the full investigation. Because the history between the resurrection and that anathema is 300 years of documented friction. 2 catastrophic wars made Jewish religious identity politically dangerous across the empire. Rome imposed a special tax on every Jew, and enforcement was aggressive. The Jewish community modified its central daily prayer specifically to purge Christians from synagogue worship. And buried in the first-century documents is evidence that the apostolic community kept both days simultaneously. Not Sunday, instead of Saturday. The Didache, one of the oldest non-biblical Christian texts in existence, says, "Gather on the Lord's Day," clear enough, but it never says instead of the Sabbath. It never says having abandoned Saturday. It specifies when to hold the communal meal. Ignatius of Antioch, writing around 110 AD, praises those who stopped keeping the Sabbath. That sounds like Sunday was already the settled norm. But read why Ignatius felt the need to say it. He says it because Sabbath keeping was still widespread among Christians in his world. He is not describing the universal norm. He is arguing against the current reality. And then there is the 5th century record. The historians Socrates, Scholasticus, and Sozomen documented this explicitly. With the exception of Rome and Alexandria, most churches across the known Christian world were still celebrating the Eucharist on the Sabbath. Dual observance Saturday for prayer, Sunday for the communal meal was not fringe. It was standard practice across large parts of the Church. For centuries, the full investigation, every document, the theological case for Sunday, how Rome engineered the transition liturgically, and what all of this means is on the examined question right now. Comment, link, and I'll send it over. Because Canon 29 is not the punchline of this story, it is the evidence. If Sunday needed an anathema 3 centuries in to enforce it, the 300 years between the resurrection and that decree become impossible to look away from.